Design review is the process of evaluating the design documents based upon established requirements before starting construction. The engagement of team members in the design review process depends on the scope of the project. Campus versus capital projects. For both capital and campus projects, the design review team can include facilities management staff for civil, structural, architectural, interior design, mechanical and plumbing, electrical, O&M, building and landscape maintenance, FM safety and emergency management, and the Department of Environmental Safety, Sustainability and Risk, or DESSR, which includes the fire marshal. The review team is essentially the same mix of people for small and large projects. Hazardous materials require O&M services, and UMCP campus DIVIT reviews for telecommunications and data requirements. After issuing contract drawings and/or specifications, they are fully engaged in the design review process. A copy of all design submissions are always transmitted to the customer to review the project scope. Note: reviewers are split into two categories. 1. FM reviewer, which includes DESSR and O&M, and 2. The UMCP reviewer, which includes fire marshal, security, and OIT DIVIT. The design review process includes 4 phases: conceptual design, schematic design, design development, and construction documents. The completion of each phase triggers the start of the next phase. The AE, the PM, and the design reviewers or review team are all involved in each phase of the DR process. Conceptual design. Although conceptual design is not a required submission, sometimes the PM will ask for its review for quality assurance purposes. Conceptual design involves developing the big picture idea, including single-line drawings and blocking and stacking diagrams. Schematic design. Schematic design is a required submission, and it is the concept developed into its design intent materials, transforming drawings from single-line to two-line. Schematic design begins with the program requirements. In order for a project to proceed with its design review, the pre-design requirements must be met. The project plan must be approved, project funding budget must be in place, project management expense recovery, or PMER, must be approved. All changes made after the project plan approval must be taken into consideration and approved, and the project must be reviewed by the Architectural and Landscape Review Board, ALRB, if necessary. The type of systems used in each discipline, such as civil, structural, architectural, interior design, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical, is identified in this phase. SD documents are submitted to the Department of General Services State Architectural Review Board, or ARB, and the university's Architectural Landscape Review Board, ALRB, for review and approval during this phase. ARB is responsible for reviewing architectural designs and drawings for the construction of new or renovated state buildings and making recommendations on how to make the facilities functional and practical. ALRB is a campus committee that also reviews the aesthetic aspects of projects, more in terms of how the building's external architecture and landscape design fits into the campus context and adjacent vicinities. The project manager, or PM, and the associate director, AD, should submit project materials to ARB and ALRB to seek SD approval. The AE prepares the package, including the documents, drawings, and a presentation. Meetings are scheduled every month to review submitted projects for ARB in Baltimore and for ALRB at the service building. The ARB and ALRB have discretion in requiring additional submissions for review. ALRB only meets once a month to review, and project materials must be submitted 2 weeks before the ALRB review meeting to be added to the agenda. Design development. Design development is the expansion of schematic design, which aims to identify code requirements, equipment selection, finishes and materials, along with outline specifications, and any specific campus requirements or guidelines that should be followed. Construction documents. Construction documents are created based on the approved design development documents and include drawings and specifications. Upon approval of design development, the construction documents phase starts at 50%. CD is typically delivered in 4 stages: 50%, 70%, 95%, and 100%. These stages may vary from project to project. The following design review steps are similar for College Park and client institution projects in conceptual, SD, DD, and CD phase at 50%, 70%, 95%, and 100%. Again, these stages may vary from project to project.